The new name for the STI is SUSTI. I got the idea from one of the top comments on a recent video. It's a good name, she fits well. Before we work on that clunker, quick reminder, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, new jackets, windbreakers, shirt, another banger, bent rod banger, another banger, last but not least, another shirt. All go live tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tomorrow is the 6th. If you didn't know, now you know. We don't ever restock anything from these drops ever. So if you want anything that you guys just saw, tomorrow and until it sells out is the only time you can get it. Free air freshener or jet tag with every single order while supplies last. I know we've made a lot of videos on this thing consistently, like consecutively. Video after video after video is all on this hatch. But I really just want to get the damn car done and drive it, especially before winter hits. I will probably drive in the snow. It's not on the level of the Evo 8 where the car is so perfect that I'm scared to drive it. That's why I and I've seen some comments about this. That's why I haven't gone and Cerakoted everything and powder coated everything and made everything 100% perfect. Because I did that on the Blue 8, and while I love how it turned out, I never drive the car in the rain. I will never drive the car in the rain. It's never gonna see snow. I'm just like almost scared to drive it. This is where we stand right now with the hatch. Car is ready for an engine. We are in kind of a weird place right now. Shipments, and you guys would know this if you've been ordering parts for your own car, stuff is so delayed. UPS is slow. FedEx is slow. USPS is slow. Stuff is out of stock. Stuff is on back order. There's so many parts we need for this car that we're waiting for currently to arrive, to get an engine in this thing. So we're kind of in that weird phase where like it still needs a lot of work. It needs body work, it needs an engine built and installed. It needs interior work, it needs a lot of things. And so I feel like the next couple of days is gonna be bouncing, that thing's annoying, bouncing back and forth from engine work, engine bay work, body work, fiberglass work, paint work, interior work. We got to get glass installed. I feel like it's just gonna be all over the place for the next few days. Fair warning, hope you guys don't mind. Today we're gonna get started on trying to fix the wide body kit just a little bit. It's not terrible. I mean, it was terrible at first. A lot of cracks, a lot of things we had to fix in the kit. We sprayed the whole entire kit, whole entire car. Technically all of our paint work should be done, but it's not, because the body of this car we've put so much work into. I want to make the body as perfect as possible. The main thing that I hate, like actually hate, and I know a lot of you guys do too, is the front bumper extensions for the wide body kit. These extensions are made for a stock bumper. Now this is a Varis or Voltex style. I always call it one and someone says it's the other, so it's just an aftermarket bumper, all right? Let's just leave it at that. Aftermarket bumper. That body line there is supposed to be down there. That's how it would be on the factory bumper. But of course, with this aftermarket bumper, it does not line up whatsoever. So we need to fix that. There are other things that we need to fix with the wide body and the bumpers and whatnot as well. But let's just tackle one project at a time today. There is some hope because we do have an extra set of wide body front bumper panels that Mountain Rider sent over. So I'm gonna be using these. Here's the current plan. I'm gonna use these, I'm gonna cut these apart. I'm gonna try to get these to fit that bumper. And if I can't, we'll still have those pieces to go back to. Every time I start this damn car up, it costs like $1,000 in E85. So I just grabbed my little APR wing here and I tow her around. And it looks like we got a leak from the hatch right under the ST Evo. Realistically, what do we really need off of this to fit the bumper? In my opinion, in my assessment, it's pretty much this bend right here and this top piece. So pretty much sit on the bumper like that. Of course, the bottom is gonna have to be cut, but having those two lined up, this body line on the bumper and the body line on that wide body panel, you can see we need about an inch and a half. And then of course down here, we're gonna have to do some serious mods to get our vents to line up from the wide body panel to the bumper, but that's all fairly easy. We can do that later on. I'm just gonna start cutting stuff apart. This was kind of a worry from the start. The bend on this does not match the bend on the bumper, because with the body lined up, which is gonna look really, really, really nice when we're all finished up and I'm excited for it, there's still a little bit of a gap right here. I'm not very good with fiberglass work, to be honest, but what I'm gonna try to do, and I had to do this in the rear bumper extensions, is I'm gonna heat this panel up right here, and I'm gonna try to form this to the bumper. Also, I don't want to have to do any paint work on the bumper. Of course, we're gonna have to paint these, which is not a big deal. But if we could avoid respraying the front bumper, that would save us a lot of time. That'd be nice. Okay, so after a little bit of cutting and heating and kind of messing up our panel, this is what we ended up with. There's still a tiny little gap right there. I can't really get it much better. I think it, I mean, compared to what it was before, I think it looks really good. So from here, we gotta make the rest of the panel, I guess. What should we do? Looks like about 2 1/4 inches of material up there. Hopefully the same down here. 2 1/4 there. And then, I don't know what we're gonna do down here. Well, I guess we'll figure that out as time goes on. Let's go ahead and let this fiberglass cure completely. Then we can kind of mock it up on the bumper, see if that's gonna work out for us. I don't wanna start on the driver's side until the passenger side is done and we can actually make sure we're gonna like it before we spend another 4 or 5 hours building the other side. So in the meantime, we can go ahead and move on to the next issue with this body. Rear bumper and this wide body panel, and honestly the other rear bumper wide body panel too, I need to do a little bit of work on. I thought that was gonna be covered by the taillight. It's not. It's completely messed up. We're gonna have to fix that. We got a hole there we have to fix. This gap's a little effed up. We're gonna have to fix that gap. And then this whole line right here on the wide body panel, I don't really like it. It's not straight. I do have some spare rear panels as well. So let's go ahead and mock it up and see if the other piece that I have will fit better than this. So the main problem with the bumper extension, only on the passenger side, as you see this down here, how it overhangs the bumper quite a bit. It did this on the stock bumper too. So what I had to do on the piece that's already painted was kind of cut this out at an angle so it would sit pretty much like that. So we got that rear panel in fiberglass right now. That one should be pretty easy to complete. This panel is done, ready for paint. Oh man, it looks hilarious. It's gonna be worth it in the end, trust me, boys. Let's set it on the bumper and see if anything that we did is remotely close to what we're after. So she should sit there like that, I think. Okay. I mean, we got a little bit of work to do, but it's a start. It's a very good start. Only like 4 hours in. It's now a few hours later, and here's where we're at. This piece is pretty much completely built. Of course, it needs a lot of work. This one, not a lot of work needed, to be honest. Kind of sand that flat. We're gonna have to do a little bit of filler work right up in this section here. But I think when we're all said and done, these pieces are gonna pretty much make this kit perfect. Real quick before I head out for the night, I'm gonna try to get this panel a little bit better. I don't think we're gonna need to respray it or do any sort of body filler, body work. I think if we just slot the holes a little bit in the bumper, we should be able to get this gap a little bit nicer. And you can see right there, that does not line up. That side does, but that side doesn't. This piece here. All right, friends, it's the next day and we got some work to do. Let's go ahead. Damn, that thing's ugly. We need to go ahead and slap this on the car and that on the car. Make sure the overall like shape of it is gonna work well with the bumpers that we have. I don't know how we're gonna turn this guy into something that looks like that. I'm actually curious. Let's do an overall check. Damn, not bad. It's actually like the same exact length overall. We do need to cut up here a little bit for the vent and do hours and hours of shaping and then rebuild one for the other side. But the main difference